Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by unbeaten welterweight Rylan Charlton. Rylan, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Kind of exploded onto the scene in, what was it, October or November?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
your
October. Yeah,
destructive performance against the previously unbeaten Joe Laws. But you've put a lot into this. It's not overnight celebrity, certainly from your point of view. Just tell us about your background in the sport.
well, I started off obviously boxing in the small hall shows and stuff, and yeah, I've come up the hard way. I was never like a team GB boy or anything like that. So yeah, I've done all the ticket sales side of things, which is an absolute nightmare. Yeah, and then finally got the opportunity to box on a big platform, and I went for it, and I got myself out there with a good knockout win.
And what about previous to that? Because I believe you did have a relatively long amateur career, but no one knows too much about because you didn't turn pro until you were what, 20, 25?
Yeah, 25, I think. Yeah,
So
yeah.
what
So
was
my
the
amateur career, I did have about 50, 51, 52 amateur fights, but I was never really stuck to it. I used to go off traveling quite a lot, so I'd go away, have like a nice 6 months in the sun, then I'd come back and I'd come back for an amateur boxing season. Have about 5 or 6 fights, and I'd go off again. So I never really stuck at it properly. So I don't know how far I could have got any amateurs. I maybe could have got far, but I didn't. I didn't really concentrate on it as much as I should have done. But I always thought that I always had more of a pro style. Like always was quite a sit down on my shots, a bit of a power puncher. And in the amateur game, it's a lot like speedy and flicking your shots out. So I was never really built for the amateurs. So I always thought I'll turn pro eventually. And then I travelled a lot and seen a lot of the country, a lot of the world. Sorry, and it was amazing. But it was time to simmer down and focus on a career. So yeah, turned professional at 25, and then got the opportunity, and now I'm a Matchroom boy, which is unbelievable.
the travelling kind of bug, if you like? Did you feel you needed to get that out of your system before you kind of knuckled down to a career? Otherwise, it'd always be on you that you'd want to do it, you'd miss out.
Well, yeah, I never really knew I'd get the. Everyone said about you get a travelling bug. But I mean, my first trip was when I was 20. I went off to Thailand, and yeah, after that, it was like a bug. I'd come home for 6 months. I'd work, I'd box, I'd save up, and then I'd go off again and traveling. And yeah, I felt like I'm glad that I've sort of done it and got out there and seen a lot of the world and had quite a bit of a life in a way, instead of 100% focusing on boxing. So I don't feel like I've missed out on anything. I've had quite a interesting life for a 28-year-old. So now I feel like all of my effort now 100% is in boxing. And so like I said, I've not missed out on anything. I've cracked on and had quite an exciting life. And yeah, now it's the boxing.
And you're also a chef, right? Which must be a bit of a benefit to your boxing career in some ways.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can make kind of dieting taste good kind of thing. But yeah, I've been a chef I've been working in the kitchen since I was about 15. I got my first kitchen job as a KP. I was washing up, and I just sort of built my way up in it. But since COVID, obviously the hospitality industry is a bit screwed. So I've ended up getting a job in a care home, and it's easy work. It's not cooking the extravagant food that I've done before, but it's different. I bake a lot of cakes and stuff like that for the residents, and they enjoy all that kind of thing. And it also allows me to train hard, because I'm not working ridiculous hours in kitchens. Like, I'm not working like 12, 15-hour shifts anymore. It's a nice normal shift, and so it allows me to really concentrate on my boxing.
It must be very rewarding, but I suppose the flip side, and I wanted to ask you about this, you're working in a care home during the worst pandemic we've probably seen in 100 years, and you're
Yeah.
dealing with food as well. So are you nervous? Are you apprehensive when you go to work at times?
Not really. No, I'm very lucky with the job I've got. It's Carlton House Care Home, and they also sponsor me as well, which is a massive help. and it's a small care home. They've only got 20, I think 23 residents, I think, at the moment. So it's a small care home, and we haven't actually got COVID in the care home at all. I know a lot of care homes have been hit by COVID quite badly, but yeah, so I'm not really worried about going into work or anything. Everyone there is very professional. So yeah, I'm all good with that.
And it must be, as I said before, quite rewarding as well, that although it's not the extravagant food that you've done in the past, so maybe personal satisfaction is not as high as it was, you're getting to kind of help these older people in this generation of their life and, you know, putting a smile on their faces.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it is, and they're a laugh as well. Some of the residents. I mean, me and one of the residents, we got in the paper together, in the local evening news, and she had my boxing gloves on, and she was giving me a little punch kind of thing. And yeah, it's great to make them smile. And I mean, some days I push around a tea trolley and hand out the biscuits and all that and cakes, and yeah, they enjoy it. Having a proper good chef there to cook the nice meals, because they don't have a lot, the residents, the home and stuff. They don't do a lot, so the food's like a massive part of their lives. So yeah, it is quite rewarding, I'd say. Yeah,
Good stuff. Now, your nickname, pint-sized Powerhouse. You're what, 5'7"?
yeah, about, I think 5'7". I say 5'7", probably 5'6", but we'll say 5'7".
You're not that much shorter, though, than some of the guys we've seen at light welter and welter in the past. Ricky Hatton springs to mind, wasn't the biggest, but very, very successful. Who kind of decided pint-sized Powerhouse was your, I don't know, defining characteristic? Because we've seen the power, there's no doubt about that part.
Yeah, well, I feel like because I don't know whether it's my build. Like I've got little legs and I'm quite broad, so maybe it makes me look even shorter, kind of
Like
thing.
little
And all my
Hercules type
mates,
thing.
yeah, all my mates are a lot taller than me. So just kind of I'm pint-sized, I'm powerful, so go to pint-sized Powerhouse. It's kind of stuck. So yeah, I'm going with that.
What's your fan base like? Because at the moment, fighters are having to, obviously, you don't have to sell tickets, which is kind of a relief, but there's no fans there to support you through the fights. Has that been key to you in the small hall circuit?
I mean, yeah, obviously it's key in a small hall circuit. You've got to sell the tickets to kind of to fight, and it's nice having my fans there. I'm getting a lot of support just via social media, I suppose. I've had a lot of support, a lot of lovely messages from everyone. It will be fun to obviously have the crowds back and have the whole of Norwich City come and support me, kind of thing. But yeah, it's just a waiting game now, I suppose. Wait until we have got the crowds back, but. Yeah, it is. I'm getting a lot of nice support from my home city. Yeah.
And the show that you were on against Joe Laws, although no fans were there, it wasn't a million miles away from you either.
No, that was really convenient. That being in Peterborough. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Really, what was it? About an hour and a half from me, kind of thing. So, yeah, it was handy.
And talking about the Joe Laws fight, when you were first given the call, on paper, it's two unbeaten fighters, kind of 50-50 fight. But I think you've been around, you're a mature 28-year-old. You weren't brought into that contest to win. Did that give you added motivation to kind of upset the apple cart?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I mean, it's quite funny. You get sent in there as like the bait, and then the bait bites back, kind of thing. I kind of enjoyed that part of it. Yeah. And it seems like a lot of social media is like Joe Laws is massive on social media. He's got 20 odd thousand followers and stuff like that. He has a massive ticket seller and all that. And I like coming in because I think like all your social media fans and all of the tickets you sell is great. You've got a big backing, but them 20,000 fans, whatever, they can't fight for you. So it's just me and you in the ring at the end of the day. So yeah, that was quite fun being bait. Like, I don't mind it.
And when you got in there, you knew you wanted to obviously upset the apple cart and the opportunities it would bring for you. But how important did you see it as putting on like an explosive performance? So how much of it is just your natural style anyway? And how much of it is, this is my big moment, I've got to grasp the opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, my whole style, that was just my natural style anyway. I'm always come forward fighter, power puncher. But yeah, I did know that this was my opportunity to shine. And so, yeah, I was there to put in a good performance. And yeah, it paid off, kind of thing. So yeah, I was prepared that this is the platform to show everyone what I've really got to really make a breakthrough and get off the small hall circuits. And yeah, it paid off.
When you dropped him in the first round, how did you stop yourself getting overexcited, reckless, and kind of keeping your composure so you were able to finish the job in the third?
I just remembered that you've got a lot longer than you think when you're in there. Like 6 rounds, the longer rounds the better, kind of thing. You just take your time. Like you rush in and start throwing and you mess things up. You got to just always stay calm and take your time, and the knockouts come. That's that.
And you were signed by Matchroom not long after the show. There was already talks about you possibly fighting Florian Marku in early 2021. What does it say that they decided to sign you to a longer term contract rather than just use you on a fight by fight basis?
Well, yeah, I was obviously really happy that they got signed and stuff, and yeah, I knew the Florian Marku was always a fight that was going to come about. I mean, he was the one that was calling me out after the Laws fight. But yeah, to get signed as well, it was brilliant to get signed with it. And it's great because I've had 2 fights with geezers that have got massive profiles. So yeah, once I beat Marku, then I'm going to have an even bigger profile, and yeah, I'm going to take off, kind of thing.
Now, presumably you were watching Marku's fight against Jamie Stewart. When you saw the performance and the verdict at the end, were you kind of looking at your TV thinking you had one job?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, he may have won the fight, but he thinks he won the fight. It's a bad decision. But I mean, he made a meal out of it, didn't he? I mean, he's get in there, do your job, get out, kind of thing. It was 4 days' notice that geezer had. Don't take anything away from Jamie Stewart. He done really well, but yeah, I felt like, come on, like you should have finished him. I mean, Florian talked a good game, so you feel like he gives it all the big uns to back it up. And yeah, maybe he was having an off night, but in this game you can't afford to have off nights. You've got to perform.
If we base it on both your previous performances,
I think you're frozen.
Oh, sorry. I'm sure it'll sort itself out. Fingers crossed.
It froze there a little bit.
Yeah. No, we're back in the room. If we go by your individual or respective most recent performances, you should be a heavy favourite on paper, surely, for the fight.
Yeah, I think I probably should be, but because I don't have the 500,000 followers that Florian has, then he becomes the favourite. But yeah, I'm not fussed, favourite or not favourite. I'm getting there and I do my job.
Do you think there's some element of inheriting your opponent's followers as you go? Like after you beat Joe Laws, who you said had a big social media following, did you see a massive uptick in your own platforms?
Yeah, I got quite a few thousand followers from it, so it's quite good. I like these guys with the big profiles. I steal all their followers and all of their fans. I kind of like it.
What do you make of Marku generally? You're not just judging him on his last performance. I'm sure you watched him before that as well. What do you kind of assess as his main strengths and weaknesses?
Oh, he's all right. He's a strong guy. I don't rate his boxing too much. But yeah, we'll see, kind of thing. I just don't think that he's as good. He keeps calling out everybody and saying how he's going to beat me with one arm. I think he says I'm a bodybuilding midget or something. But he says all of this stuff, and I just think, just concentrate on your training, like concentrate on what's in front of you. But he just seems to think that he's kind of a star already, and it's like you've got to respect where some of these fighters have got who you're calling out. I mean, he calls out Conor Benn, and I mean, he's Conor Benn to me. I spar Conor Benn, and he's a good fighter, and I'd say he's the most improved English fighter out there, kind of thing. And he's just got not a lot of respect for the sport, I don't think.
I like the way you said English fighter there, so as not to irritate Liam Williams.
Yeah.
Being Welsh. Yeah, got away with it. I'll have to do that. Yeah. As you mentioned, doesn't always show a lot of respect to his opponents. We saw against Jamie Stewart, he can struggle a bit when he finds it difficult to pin his opponent down, someone who moves laterally. That's not really your natural style. You're a very aggressive fighter. So is that what it's going to be like? Do you think you'll meet head on in the centre of the ring?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna get in there and do what I do, and if he wants to meet me in the middle, then good luck.
Well, we've already established you're not a midget, so
Yeah.
unless you do loads of bodybuilding, I don't think he's right on either count.
No, I mean, I've never lifted a weight in my life. I've just got this just bit of a freak of nature, I suppose. Ever since I was a kid, I always had muscles and I was always ripped up, and I never even lifted weights. So
I bet that was fun for the other kids at school.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I was giving them dead arm fights and stuff, and yeah, it was great fun.
Have you ever been beaten in a dead arm fight?
I actually haven't. No, I haven't. I was very good at them at school, and that's how I sort of determined the fact I've got a punch on me.
Brilliant. So for people out there who haven't seen you fight before, and it's hard to believe because even if they didn't watch the Joe Laws fight live, it's on YouTube, of course, and it's on Sky Sports YouTube or Matchroom's YouTube. What can they expect from you? Not necessarily just in the Marku fight, but generally, how would you describe what you bring to the ring?
I suppose I'm an entertaining fighter. I suppose I'm a forward-coming fighter. I'm a power puncher and exciting. Yeah, I'm an exciting fighter, really.
And how much credit goes to your team as well for getting you in the position you are now? You just signed with Matchroom, but in the long term, you've worked with Dan Naylor, obviously your trainer and your manager as well. How much credit goes to them for where you are and where you could go?
Yeah, massive credit to my trainer and my manager. Trainer Frank Sigtones and Dan Naylor, my manager.
I had a wrong way round, didn't I?
Yeah, we've been there together since the start, and we're going to stay together till the end. The team works well together. We trust each other. It's just us three that are just on this journey together. So yeah, they're massive respect to both of them.
And what's your situation outside the ring? Have you got a family, or you know, do you live on your own? What's your life like outside of boxing?
So outside boxing, yeah, I'm actually living at the moment. I'm living with my girlfriend and her parents, her family. So we've got a house that's taken ages to go through, as you can imagine, because of COVID. So yeah, it's been fun living with my girlfriend's parents for 2 years now. So
They've probably
it's
got
fun.
a glass up against the door, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. It's been nice. I mean, I couldn't have done what I'd done if it wasn't for them, kind of thing. So yeah, just looking forward to getting my own space eventually.
And we've talked quite a lot about social media at length. So before I let you go, just let people out there know how they can find you on the various social media platforms.
So yeah, just put in my name, Rylan Charlton, on got Instagram, you got Facebook. Twitter is a new one that I'm with on Twitter, and apparently went trending on Twitter after the Laws fight, and I wasn't even sure what that meant, so I thought I'd better get Twitter. So yeah,
never happened to me, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, so just stick in Rylan Charlton, and yeah, I should be coming up. And I just want to quickly thank my sponsors, if that's okay.
Of course it is.
I want to thank Harmony Consulting Group, who is my newest sponsor. I've got Assembled Scaffolding that have really been helping me out. We Solve All, that have been really backing me. Minton Care Homes, which is the care home I work at, Carlton House as well it's called. They've been helping me out a lot. And Fire Snuff, they've really backing the team now. So thanks so much for all the help with them.
Great stuff. Really appreciate your time. Best of luck, obviously, for the next fight, and we'll, no doubt we'll be watching, and we won't be the only one. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Lovely. All right, thank you very much. Nice to speak to you.
And you, mate. Take care.
Cheers. Bye bye.